She had everything she needed: the notebook, the pen, the time. For 6 months, she never wrote one word. Emma was 27 years old. She lived in Seattle in a small apartment above a bakery. Every morning, the smell of fresh bread came through her window. It was the best part of her day. Emma wanted to be a writer. She had wanted this since she was 12 years old. She had 3 notebooks, all empty. She had one big dream and one bigger fear. The notebooks sat on her desk, always there, always waiting. Emma looked at them every morning. She made her coffee, she sat down, she opened the first notebook. She looked at the white, empty page, then she closed it. She told herself, "Not today. I'm not ready yet." She went to her laptop instead. She read articles about writing, she watched videos about writing. She bought a new pen, a better pen. Maybe the right pen would help. It didn't help. One Tuesday, her manager asked the team for new ideas. Emma had an idea, a good one. She felt it in her body, warm and fast, like electricity. She opened her mouth. Then she looked around the table. Everyone looked confident. Everyone looked prepared. Emma felt suddenly small. She closed her mouth. She said nothing. Someone else spoke, a different idea, not as good as hers. The manager loved it. Emma drove home in the rain. The wipers moved back and forth, back and forth. She felt sick. Not body sick, a different sick. That was my idea, my moment, and I said nothing. She sat in the car outside her apartment for 15 minutes. The rain hit the roof, loud, then soft, then loud again. She went inside. She did not eat dinner. She lay on her bed and looked at the ceiling. The 3 notebooks were on the desk. She could see them from the bed. She turned away. On Saturday, Emma went to a coffee shop near the water. She needed to be around people, around noise. She couldn't be alone with herself anymore. She ordered tea. She sat near the window. At the next table, an old man was writing, fast. His hand moved without stopping. He had white hair and paint on his fingers. Emma watched him. After a while, he looked up. He saw her watching. He smiled, not embarrassed, just open. "Sorry," Emma said. "I was looking at how fast you write." He laughed. "It's not good writing, just honest writing." Emma looked at her tea. "I want to write, but I never start. I keep waiting to feel ready." The man put his pen down. His name was Robert. He was a retired art teacher. He said, "How long have you been waiting?" Emma said quietly, 6 months. Robert nodded. He said, "Can I tell you something honest?" She nodded. He said, "Ready is a lie. Nobody feels ready. The people who create, they just start badly, on purpose." Emma looked at him. "On purpose?" He said, "Yes. They sit down and they write something terrible. They draw something ugly. They say, 'This is my bad first try,' and then they do it again, a little better." He picked up his pen. He showed her the notebook. The writing was messy, some words crossed out, some arrows, some notes in the margins. He said, "This is my 4th book. My first book was very bad, but it was finished. A finished bad book is better than a perfect empty notebook." Emma felt something move in her chest, not the heavy stone feeling, something different, something that moved upward. She said, "What if people read it and think it's terrible?" Robert smiled. He said, "What if they don't?" He went back to his writing. Emma walked home. The water was gray and calm. She stopped on the bridge and looked down. A finished bad book is better than a perfect empty notebook. She said it quietly to herself. When she got home, she did not make tea. She did not open her laptop. She did not read about writing. She sat at her desk. She opened the first notebook. She looked at the white page. This time, she didn't wait. She wrote one sentence. It was not good. The words were simple. The sentence was short. She read it back. She almost closed the notebook. She did. She wrote another sentence, then another. Her hand started to move faster. The sentences were not beautiful. They were small and rough and honest. After 40 minutes, she stopped. She read the page. She felt embarrassed and proud at the same time. She had written something. It existed now. It was real. She closed the notebook. She smiled at it, small, private, just for herself. She went to make tea. She came back and opened it again. She wrote more. Maybe you are waiting too. Waiting to feel confident, waiting for the right moment, waiting until you are better, smarter, more prepared. And every day that you wait, the distance between you and your dream feels bigger, not smaller. But here is the truth. The first step does not need to be good. It only needs to exist. Write the bad first sentence. Send the imperfect message. Raise your hand even when your voice shakes, because the person who begins badly is already ahead of the person who never begins. Today, start something. Anything. Even just 5 minutes. Even badly. That small, imperfect beginning, that is braver than you think.